Hi there. My name is Sanat. I am a CRM and sales hygiene and data intelligence consultant. And what I wanted to do today was basically show you the power of these new wave of tools like Clay, specifically with inbound lead enrichment. Because, when it comes to your CRM and your other sales tools, obviously data is the most important thing, but sometimes it can be hard to get started with some of these things because you got to start with the data hygiene. But I like this example, right? When you get a lead on your website through a form, I'll automatically enrich it with additional data, and I'll cover some of the data. So all you need is things like the company website, the email of the individual, and we can add all kinds of different stuff, which is what we're going to do here. Um, but I like this example because you don't need to wait for a clean CRM to dive into this. This is something you can do starting today. So this is Clay, but we're going to jump back to this. Our basic flow is going to be, we have our Typeform lead gen form here. Then we're going to go to Clay once this is submitted for the enrichment. And then we're going to jump to HubSpot. And so I just want to show you HubSpot quickly. But today we're going to be looking up and enriching an individual named Peter Caputa. He's the CEO of Databox, which to me is the best BI tool in the market for marketing teams and marketing agencies. So check it out if you haven't, databox.com. But anyway, so if we go to the lead gen form, let's start with, so right now I'm just entering Pete's information, nothing too crazy. And so you can see I'm just capturing the basic fields you'd have in any form, right? So Databox, and then databox.com. All right, so this is done. We captured only a couple different things. And if we jump to Clay, now you'll see when I added Peter, there was no row here. And so there's the information that's coming from the type form. But what's happening here is it's automatically doing what we call enrichment, right? So it's adding additional fields. And what's cool is wherever you see this little play sign, so this is basically an enrichment. An enrichment is either we're going to a data source and then it's adding additional information, or we're using AI in different ways, maybe to scan the web and find different things. So this is an enrich company uh, um, enrichment. And so you see it started adding the company size, the industry, um, based on just the email, we're able to get Pete's LinkedIn. And I am a CRM and marketing data consultant. So what I care about is what is their uh, tech stack, but specifically what is their tech stack in the CRM and marketing space, right? So you can see it's added HubSpot and Salesforce here, which is really useful for me if I'm going into a conversation, right? And so uh, one of the things I wanted to quickly highlight is what we call a waterfall. And so this is a waterfall. And so the waterfall is basically, if I'm looking for a specific piece of information, like phone numbers, one data source might not have it, right? And so in that case, I want to be able to do different data sources. And so a waterfall, if I just expand this, allows me to do different data sources. And so what's cool is, in this case, I found it in the first go. If it didn't, it would go on to the next one, on to the next one. But what's cool is most of these tools like Clay only charge you for the source that actually works. So if a data source is, we look at it, but it doesn't have the data, you're not charged for that. And now, one of the last things we do is create the actual information in HubSpot, right? So all the way from the lead gen form to HubSpot, we're going to have now an enriched record. And so if I jump to my HubSpot and look up, oh, let me refresh it. And now Peter showed up. And so if I click on Pete's record, you can see that it's updated whatever information it got um, the from Clay, right? So we have title, email, company name, company size, LinkedIn, sales marketing stack. And so, with just a couple of pieces of information, we can do so much. You can even get phone numbers. Obviously, I'm not going to be sharing phone numbers on the web like this. But um, yeah, so this is a basic demonstration. I like this use case for because of how straightforward it is, but how quickly it can be implemented. And Clay is the biggest tool in the market. There are other tools that are even simpler. My next video, I'm actually going to teach you how to build this yourself in a slightly different tool. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.